Bad Boy Records dominated the rap game in the 90s, but after murders, prison sentences, and some wild beef, rumors started flying that the entire label was cursed. And today we're taking a look at how it all came crashing down. Diddy got his start in the music industry by working for Uptown Records back in the day. He climbed his way up from being an unpaid intern to working as an A&R. Diddy had a ton of success at the label and worked with artists like Mary J. Blige, who went 3 times platinum and helped kick off a new wave of R&B mixed with hip-hop. Even though he made the label a ton of cash, the owner of Uptown had issues with Diddy and fired him in '93. Getting rid of Diddy turned out to be the worst move possible for Uptown. They were on their way to becoming one of the most powerful labels in the game, but that all changed when he was fired. 2 weeks after Uptown kicked him out, Diddy started Bad Boy Records and took Biggie with him. Mary J. Blige and Jodeci were the biggest stars left at Uptown, but they both ended up leaving and signed to Diddy's rival Suge Knight at Death Row Records. Bad Boy Records was a massive success from the jump. The first project they released was Craig Mack's album Project Funk the World, which went gold. And then Biggie took the label to another level when he dropped his debut album Ready to Die and went 4 times platinum. '95 was another huge year for Bad Boy Records. Total and Faith Evans both released platinum albums, and Diddy signed a ton of writers and producers to help all of his artists make hits. Then in '96, Diddy and Bad Boy were in the spotlight even more because of their war against Death Row and the entire West Coast. Suge Knight dissed him at the Source Awards, and Pac name-dropped them all when he dropped the track Hit 'Em Up and rapped, "We bust on bad boys, niggas fuck for life. Plus, Puffy tryna see me, weak hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia, some mark-ass bitches." The East vs West Coast war put Bad Boy in a ton of headlines, but it also cost their biggest star his life. Biggie was killed while visiting LA, and rumors said that Suge Knight paid a shooter to take him out and get revenge for Tupac's death a few months before. Biggie's murder was the beginning of the end, but Bad Boy Records released his album, Life After Death, and Diddy racked up a crazy amount of money when the record sold over 10 million copies. Before Biggie died, Diddy had been trying to push Mase as Bad Boy's newest star. He was featured with Biggie on 112's track Only You, and Diddy put him on Biggie's #1 hit single, More Money, More Problems too. Nobody could have replaced Biggie, but Diddy put a lot of pressure on Mase to become the new face of Bad Boy Records, and at first it seemed like the plan was actually going to work out. Mase dropped his debut album a few months after Biggie's murder and sold over 250K in the first week. The record ended up going 4 times platinum and put Mase on the map as the hottest artist in New York, but it was all downhill from there. His second album didn't even sell half as many copies in the first week, and then Mase dropped a bomb on everyone when he announced that he was quitting rap and becoming a pastor. He ended up coming back to the industry a few years later and started rocking with 50 Cent while he was still signed to Bad Boy, but the comeback didn't last long and he retired again. Before he retired again, Mase confronted Diddy live on the radio and brought some documents that were supposed to release him from Bad Boy. Diddy signed the paperwork, and Mase had the freedom to go do whatever he wanted to do. But later news broke that the documents just let Mase hop on tracks with artists from other labels, but he was still signed to Bad Boy. Mase wasn't the only rapper who left Bad Boy and took up religion, and this next artist has an even crazier story. Craig Mack was the first artist signed to Bad Boy Records, and the remix of his track Flavor in Your Ear was the first time most rap fans ever heard Biggie. He was a big part of making the label successful from the beginning, but Diddy did him dirty and released Biggie's debut album just 1 week before Mac's record, Project Funk the World. Mac allegedly had beef with Diddy over some money issues and ended up leaving the label in '95. He tried to make a comeback with Bad Boy a few years later, but the situation didn't work out and Mac disappeared for a decade. Artists retire all the time and decide to go a different way, but nobody expected what happened next with Mac. In 2012, a video came out showing Craig Mack in a cult called the Overcomer Ministry, but after he moved to South Carolina, he was doing righteousness. Joining a new church is one thing, but the Overcomer Ministry was an actual cult led by a dude named Brother Stare. He bought a motel in South Carolina and convinced his followers to move in and give him all their money. Stare didn't believe in doctors, and in the 80s and 90s, he was investigated for causing 3 deaths in the communities because his followers wouldn't go get medical treatment. Stare was convicted of assault and battery in 2004 after he used his position to abuse 2 women, and in 2017, he was booked on 8 more charges for even worse crimes. Mac came back to the music industry in 2012 and dropped a new mixtape, and in 2017, he followed it up with another project, but unfortunately, he didn't have time to build his career back up. And in 2018, he passed away from heart failure when he was just 47 years old. What happened to Mac after signing to Bad Boy Records was wild, but it's nothing compared to what went down with this next artist. By '99, Diddy was already struggling to keep Bad Boy Records on top. He thought he found a new star with a rapper named Shine. According to rumors, Diddy was so desperate for another hitmaker that he handed over millions of dollars, 3 cars, and 2 different houses just to sign them. Shine started hopping on tracks with other bad boy artists. His name was already buzzing in the industry, but before he ever dropped a project, he got caught up in a wild shootout while he was chilling with Diddy. In December 1999, Shine was with Diddy and Jennifer Lopez at a club in Manhattan when a dude named Matthew Allen started an argument with Diddy. According to reports, Shine, Diddy, and Allen all up their straps and shots started going off. 3 innocent bystanders got hit, and Shine and Diddy were both booked over the situation. Diddy ended up beating all of his charges, but Shine got hit with a 10-year sentence for assault, reckless endangerment, and illegal possession of a weapon. Witnesses reported that Diddy was shooting that night too, but rumors say he snitched on Shine to beat his case and walk free. Shine's rap career was over before it even started, and in prison he switched lanes completely. He started studying Judaism behind bars and changed his name to Moses Michael Levi Barrow. When he got out after serving 9 years in prison, the US deported him back to his home country of Belize, and now Shine is serving in the Belize House of Representatives. Shine survived the streets of Brooklyn, a wild shootout, and a 10-year prison sentence after Diddy allegedly betrayed him. Now he's better off back in Belize, while Bad Boy Records is going more downhill every day. What's wild though is that Shine and Craig Mack aren't the only bad boy artists who left the rap game to go hard with religion. A rapper named Loon signed to the label in 2003 and popped off with his debut album, but according to reports, Diddy was too focused on his own career to help his artists out, so Loon left the next year and started his own label. Then in 2008, Loon added to the rumors about Bad Boy being cursed, and he converted to Islam, changed his name to Amir Junaid Muhaddith, and retired in Egypt. It was already a crazy situation, but there was one more twist in the story coming. In 2011, Muhaddith was arrested in Brussels for allegedly trying to traffic a kilo of heroin. They sent him to the US where he was sentenced to 14 years in prison, but in 2020, he got out early because of the COVID-19 pandemic. By that point, a lot of people thought the Bad Boy curse was real, and what happened to Black Rob convinced even more of them to believe it. Black Rob went platinum on Bad Boy with his debut album and blew up even more with the track Whoa, but his fall from the top was wild. His second album flopped, and in 2010, he officially left Bad Boy and went his own way. While Diddy was racking up hundreds of millions from other people's music, Black Rob became homeless and couldn't even afford to get medical treatment after suffering 4 strokes. People aired Diddy out for abandoning him, and in 2021, Black Rob tragically passed away from a heart attack at 52. Today, Bad Boy Records only has 5 artists on the label, including Diddy. While some people say that it's cursed, others believe all of the issues can be linked straight back to Diddy. He's been accused of stealing from his own artists and snitching on them. And last year, Mace aired him out for still holding on to royalty payments from 2 decades ago.
Yo, how dare this nigga told me he want receipts? Let's start with your mother, nigga. Your mother got the receipts, nigga. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts, nigga. You need more proof, nigga? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you receipts. He dead. And everybody else you made sign paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about. I'm the only one with the guts.
Diddy is still one of the most successful dudes in the game, but he left behind a trail of broken careers and dead artists to make it to the top.